So this is a cool little knife. Now this is an EDC that can be concealed and carried. This is the SOG Snarl. Now something like this, it never really crossed my mind as to carrying something like this. But I saw it, it was on sale, I got it for next to nothing, actually on Amazon, and I had to have it. I have other SOG series knives that I'll do later that are some older knives. That one of them I got for myself. My wife got me two other ones. Another style I have is a SOG Karambit, and then I have two short boot tactical knives that are this plastic style sheath that slips into the boot and is carried tip down. So it is that vertical boot knife. Now this is a horizontal knife. I've looked at it, and could I carry it horizontally? The screws didn't match up. For some reason, vertically, the screws matched up where I could only carry it horizontally. So that vertical knife alignment that honestly I thought I would prefer is not possible. So this knife, I tend to believe, and as I've carried it, has been an offhand knife. Meaning that I carry it, I'm right-handed, I carry it on my left side so that I come across my body and it is on the draw. Having it on my right-hand side, it just feels awkward to reach down and try to pull it out. Now the knife itself, this of course is just a fixed blade, single piece knife, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like the fit and finish on this. It has really nice satin finish, as do most of the SOG knives of this style series. The jimping on it, it's pretty aggressive, and I'm not going to give it the word smooth because you can feel that it is somewhat sharp in texture. Now not on the sides because they have smoothed the sides, but actually the top, it feels like there's a good amount of texture. Because of the size of this knife, you do get a choil right here. You can put fingers in here and have a groove here. That's the one thing I have to say, is it's awkward at first finding the style of how to hold this blade. Now what I've come up with is if I cut things, because I've used this on just a couple things to cut with, this is a prime example of the old school package opener. I mean, it could be a self-defense weapon, but this blade length is right at 2 1/8 inches, so it's a fairly small blade. It is over the 2-inch mark, so there are places you cannot carry this concealed. State of Texas, they don't really care. Little bitty knife like this, right now in Texas, if it's over 5 1/2 inches, it's considered an illegal knife. That changes in September. Is this an illegal knife? No, but it's a pretty sharp, pretty dangerous little knife in the right hands of the right individual. It's not intimidating, but it is fairly sharp. That is a Chinese steel. This is a 9CR18 MOV. So it is one of those standard, I call it the old alphanumeric Chinese steels. Not a bad steel. It hasn't pitted on me. Like I said, I have carried it down here in Texas. It is humid where I'm at, and you will sweat, and this thing, it's not been affected by it. So I can say that that's a good quality knife. Is there a lot of attributes to it as far as what it can do and what it cannot do? It lacks in the ability of how you hold it. I mean, to choke up on it, I mean, you get, this is missing down here. You feel like your hand is coming off of it, so you can't hold it like that. You have to use the skeletonized frame to either hold it like this or hold it like this, and that choil. And the choil is real nice. The choil is not at all sharp. It's got just the right size for my fingers. I have regular, standard medium-sized hands. I don't have giant hands, so if you have really big hands, you're not going to be able to get your fingers in there. If you have really small hands, it might actually be a little bit more comfortable. This blade right here, it is made that if you can see, there is an indentation where your thumb, so that if you do cut things through, there is that on there. So they do have other ideas in mind for this knife. It could be considered a neck knife, but the limiting factor would be the sheath. You would have to take your clip off, which you can do, and I have done. You'd have to run your string or lanyard through the top right there, and it could hang as a neck knife. Be pretty good as a neck knife. It's fairly heavy in that it's about 1/4 inch thick. And when I say 1/4 inch, it is a solid 1/4 inch blade thickness at the top and throughout the handle. Weight on it with the sheath is like a little tiny bit over 2 ounces with the sheath. Now, take that pocket clip off and you do lose a little bit of weight. You would probably go a hair under 2 inches with taking off the clip. And like I said, on the clip, I put it on the right side and reach, left side, reach around with my right hand and pull. That's how I've carried it. Some people have told me that you can carry it inside the waistband or outside, which I carried it on the outside. Inside the waistband on the back, I would find that to be uncomfortable because of these screws. Alright, so what is intended to keep the knife, and you know what, looking at this I just realized, because the clip I've taken off, but the way the clip goes in here, I might be able to flip the clip to the other side. I sure can. I didn't realize that. I put it on the exact same way that I'd taken it off, trying to get it to fit on, instead of the horizontal, the vertical. Something I just noticed now. Good thing I did the video. I might switch it, because then if I had it with the clip on the opposite side, I could carry it. That would be awkward to take out though. The clipper on this side and I pulled it, having it on the left and pulling over. Well, that'll work for me. So, that'll also work for this review. If you're interested in a tiny little neck knife, this right here is a cool design. It's a cool feel. It is that 9 CR18 MOV. That's always a tongue twister for me. So it is that Chinese steel, but it has yet to show any negative attributes as far as any moisture or sweat. So that's held up pretty good. The clip itself has held up very well, considered it's been taken off and put back on, and as long as you do it slowly, you don't strip anything out, it'll stay black on everything too. Another trick that I like to do is if you're trying to take screws off and you don't want to remove the finish, put a little bit of Scotch tape on it while you're doing it. It'll make it a little bit more snug, but you won't leave any mar marks, okay? Another little tip. Anyway, if you're looking for a concealable, concealed carry knife of this nature, a sheep's foot blade, this may be the knife for you. Retails for about $40. I happen to get this one on Amazon for $10. Go figure. Free shipping. Yeah, that's why I got it. So, happy hunting, and I hope you find your next neck knife. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.